After serving as the center of the Turkish War of Independence, Ankara was declared the capital in 1923. In the following years, it gradually became the symbol of modern Turkey in many senses. As a capital city, designed after its European counterparts, as an example of modernist planning and urban development, and as a stage for the emergence of a modern lifestyle. That is, Ankara was to be simultaneously the symbol, the stage, and the major instrument of modernization. In this process, history of Ankara has changed dramatically. The development of the urban environment was effective in creating the image of the city as built from the scratch. It can be said that the foundations of modern Turkish architecture started in that period. There were new buildings that serve many different purposes, such as museums, banks, apartments, government buildings, with the goal of bringing back Turkish elements in the construction and design. This style is called national architectural style, and architect Kemalettin Bey was one of the prominent masters of that style.
Kemalettin Bey is someone you probably all have seen before. He has his portrait in front of 20 Turkish liras. He was born in 1870 when the idea of nationalism was being adopted. During his childhood years, imperialism was at its strongest period and people were fighting for national independence. Growing in such an environment surely had a huge impact on his notion of national architecture. He is a traditional architect who admired glorious Ottoman architecture and aimed to create his own style. He is also an influential figure in the institutionalization of Turkish architecture.
Second Vakıf apartment was built by the General Directorate of Foundations of Ankara between 1928 and 1930. This is the period where urbanism becomes more significant in Ankara. The building has a style that gives references to the classical Ottoman architecture. It reflects the ideological and cultural conflict of its period.
The same period, in the West, the main plan features and modern construction techniques of the buildings were used. Building and covering systems, plan features, facade arrangements, entrances, and decoration elements are common elements of the structures. The first apartments in Ankara were known as rental houses, and the first examples of them are the first and second Vakıf apartments. These houses were commonly 6-7 stories high, and these apartment complexes were mostly developed for high-income citizens.
In the same period, in the West, the main plan features and modern construction techniques of the buildings were used. Building and covering systems, plan features, facade arrangement, entrances, and decoration elements are common elements of the structures. This structure was one of Ankara's first two theater houses. This one was the bigger one, which is sometimes known as the House of the Small Theater. This impressive building includes 4 floors and a roof that extends over the ground level, where the stores were placed. A theater soaring to first floor is the most important aspect of the ground floor of this rectangular building. Throughout the south, rooms beginning from the second floor appear to face the courtyard. Parts without balconies were built out on the longer face. The main balcony corner and the part which covered with white canopy roofs are to offer the appearance of first national architectural era tower. Contrary to this aspect, the curves of the banisters of the corner balconies and the shapes of the windows are so clear that they stand out as the elements which assort the national style buildings. The application of arches was used only as connections to the buttresses of the ground floor. The building, which has concrete foundation, has ashlar as detailed coating.